Hey, everybody, this is Johnny Beane, live 5:14 p.m., October 12th, 2018. And we got a full house here. And we got David Nesdahl.
Hey,
There he is. Jay Hannon.
watch out now.
Man, we got Robert Cruz.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, man. Hey, it's Sean Silas.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, man? Awesome. Yeah, sorry, we're a few minutes late.
That was my bad. That was some crazy glue and a lighter incident. We got that handled. That's all under control now.
Oh, man.
All it took was a bottle of tequila and a clown, but it's good, man. I can still move them.
Man. So hey, real quick, Dave, who's in the chat room, man?
Michael Smith, Tom Brino. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Ron BL 5150. Rando, Frank Corcoran, Jason Wade, Adam EVH.
What's up, Adam?
Guitar Hack. Amanda Coombs, Brendan B. Squared. 7/8 is here.
No, he's not.
JJ's House of Jams. Fender Guru. Nick Thompson's Guitar Channel. Johnny Beane. Soda Pop. Michael James. Hey, Michael James, thank you for that package that's coming. I want to thank you ahead of time.
Package, huh?
Nice.
Man. Please don't give me any rope.
Let's see who else we got here. Ted Sanchez and
Thomas Santiago,
What's up, Thomas?
Is he here?
Hardwood Sticks, Zach Thong,
Okay, you keep going then.
Mitch Heyman.
Mitch Heyman,
Mitch,
Jason Wade. Said that already though.
JJ,
I
Jaden
said that too.
James,
R2 R3 Locking Nut.
Cool. What's up, R2?
awesome.
Yes, 34 people watching.
Nice.
Awesome, man.
Thank
That's
you.
great. Thank you guys so much.
Going up.
15 people like it so far, and we haven't said a damn word.
Well, dude, that's my tongue. I'm biting it. Oh.
Robert, you may want to lower your to lower your camera a little bit so we can actually see you. There you go.
Oh.
There you
Yeah,
go.
sorry. I'm up on the TV. Okay, sorry guys, man. I'm just all this technology. It's mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
And hey, baby, what's up?
I'm playing.
All right.
All right, Jaden. Okay, cool. You talk to him later, okay?
Me and that kid go way back. God, I love that kid, man.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right. So what do we got going on?
Well, number one, I want to thank you guys for having us on the show
Yes.
today. This is so awesome. You guys are great people. And I just remember, meeting some of y'all now. That was great. But thank you guys for taking the time. And, especially on such short notice, we have the tour coming up. We're going to be heading out November 1st on the Dios de los Muertos tour. And we'll be heading out November 1st through the 14th. And so that's what we're getting ready to gear up for. So, and we just released our second EP, Lock 11. And that is out and available on all digital media. And what else we got going on, Sean? What did we do today, Sean? Why don't you tell them about what we did today?
Yes, today we went to Dr. Jekyll on Guitar Works for Rob to get his new bass cabinet on the tour.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I have my keys. If I don't make you too dizzy, I want to show you this cabinet. No, it's the first bass cabinet he ever made. So it's Dr. Jekyll's #1, and I have it. So
is it like a 215 cabinet or a 410 or what?
It's an 800-watt 212. This thing roars. This thing roars. I run an Ampeg B5R through it. All right. Can you guys see that?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to keep talking though.
Oh yeah, sorry. I locked eyes with her and I lost my breath. So that's what we did.
There it
You know,
is.
we went out, we got all that taken care of today. It's a beautifully crafted. He took us through the workshop and showed us just how much work he puts into it. Every screw, everything is recessed, and it is airtight.
Nice.
Mhm. Awesome.
Now,
Yeah.
is that yours now? Did he give that to you, or do you have to give that back?
No, that's mine.
Awesome. So you don't have to worry about it getting scraped and scratched.
Oh, dude, no, and you know, and we're pretty Spartan when we tour, you know, and we have 2 bands inside the van with our equipment, so we're pretty rough and these things. With on the last tour, Sean's guitar cabinet was used by both guitar players from the band. The thing was excellent. It was road ready, and that thing was just I cannot say any more good things about this. And I'm an Aguilar guy. I go way back with Aguilar, and I'm right at home with this amp.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
That's great.
Yes, it was really cool. We had a chance to sit there, and I was just sitting there just dialing his tone, and we were going through a couple amps. And I mean, just being down right next to it, it's like being at a concert, when there's like a lot of bass and it's taking like your breath away. It's just incredible.
It was pushing the air against my pants. I could feel my pants moving, and I'm like, oh my god,
That's a lot of bass.
Yeah.
it is, and you feel it more than you hear it. So it's it'll put a little scoot in your boot there. So looking forward to this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So Sean, you got to watch out though, because you know what happens when bass players get new gear? They're all of a sudden the volume keeps going up, and next thing you know, it's like, "Where's my guitar?"
Just push the mids.
Keep an eye.
Mids will come up. Mids will come up. You'll hear the guitar.
Well, playing the 5150, I have those mids there, so I think I'm at 3 o'clock. No, at 12 o'clock right now. So if I need to push it up.
That's what I got going on here. Playing through 150 and like a wet, dry, wet here in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I usually run, because if you heard my guitar, bass tone, it sounds like a lot like a guitar. So I run pretty low. A lot of times I have to come up, but it's just, and these cabinets work so well together. And Deane sent us guitars too. So
yeah, we had.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's been really good. And,
That's cool.
And you guys are in for a treat on the next album. You should hear what Sean's gonna do. Oh my God, we started working on that today. So
Hey, real quick, Michael Smith in the chat says he has both Ryatt albums, and they are both great rocking albums.
so much, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Robert, speaking of bass, are you a fan of the dark glass stuff?
You know what? I've never even heard of that. I'm sorry. I'm really bad when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Dude,
Oh my God.
I unboxed this. I got this a couple days ago,
That's pretty.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I got to reamp some bass this weekend, and I'm gonna give it a shot. But if you're ever looking for any kind of grind or distortion on your bass,
Yes.
Dude.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
check out the dark glass stuff. It is top notch, and it's not even close, man.
Oh no, that's awesome because I used the Tech 21.
Oh yeah, the Sans amp. Yeah.
Yeah, the Sans app. That's what I use.
Yep. That's great stuff too.
Yeah, and but no, that thing looks phenomenal. I just recently started using effects. I started playing bass in 1988, and I've always just been right from the guitar straight into the head, and so we're expanding a little bit. And Sean's been really good and instrumental in helping me put all that together.
So you started playing bass the same year that one of the best metal albums ever came out without bass on it.
Oh, yeah, poor Jason. Poor Jason. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's great. Oh yeah. And is that true what they said? Because I heard some stories that they asked him to mix the bass out, kind of.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Man, that's a testament to that guy's character, because that would have busted most people. That's great.
Yeah. I'll give the quick abridged version.
Yes, thank you.
The mix engineer said that they had a mix going. They had a really nice mix going. James in the back gave the thumbs up, and then Lars comes in gives him all these notes, all these EQs that he wants him to do everything. And then at the end of that, he's like, all right, now you hear the bass guitar? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, all right, turn it down to where you can barely hear it. And he goes, all right. So they do it. And he goes, all right, now drop it another 5 dB and we're going to stick with that.
Oh, that's horrible.
Wow.
This is the same man that brought the Saint Anger snare sound to us, so
Nothing surprises us anymore.
yeah, it's all good. But I gotta respect that crew. They have such an amazing story. Those guys, I mean, just after Cliff, that must have been a tough thing to do. And then then they brought Robert in. Those guys have been really, I haven't really, honestly, I'm gonna be dead serious. I haven't really listened to Metallica after Master of Puppets.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, because after it was exactly that mix, I was just like, I can't do it. I've seen them plenty of times, but yeah, that's where we're at.
Well, in my opinion, they need a new lead guitar player.
I think that's a lot.
Oh my god! And don't get me wrong, I'm bashing on Metallica, but well, okay.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm at with that.
So anyway,
I want to say something. I want to say something. Okay, when I heard the Black Album, okay, that pretty much changed my way of tone-wise with the whole album, and I was pretty impressed. But then, like the moment that I heard Kurt start using on the wah, all the time, and then that's what really like it just irritated me. So I would have to block it out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for years I blocked it out. So, but I haven't really been, keeping up with them like ever since the Black Album, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
right around.
Yeah.
Wait, Kirk Hammett uses a wah pedal?
Don't you mean Kirk Hammett has always never used? I don't know.
I just
do most Metallica guitar playing fans, do they feel like that
about the wah pedal?
about the wah pedal?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. When I saw him in
some-
'94,
Mhm.
whenever he engaged that wah pedal, everyone that I could see was just like, oh, it was just like searing into your ears, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
Now, was that the same producer on the Black Album that they had with Injustice for All?
No.
no.
Okay.
Bob Rock produced the Black Album. Fleming Rasmussen produced the 3 before it, I believe, right? Lightning, Master, and Justice.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm on the earlier end of Metallica. So but that's just me.
Yeah. So I think Dave's had it with Metallica talk.
You know what? I really don't care. It's all good.
That's awesome.
Actually, I've had it with Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, gosh.
That's awesome.
So as far as you guys are going out on tour soon. How much? How often do you guys rehearse? And is it like right before you go out? Oh, I know what that is. That's the rehearse. What's that mean?
I was going to say, is someone backing up?
Okay,
I know,
no,
really.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the only thing we reverse is the tour van, or rehearse is, how to get in and out of the tour van in one piece. No, honestly, Sean, no, you know what? Generally, this is the thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
What happened was this band got started. There was an A&R agent from Universal Records, and he was just like, "Hey, man, you guys got to start a band." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, okay, well, whatever. I'm a bassist." And he's all, "And I need you to sing." I didn't sing before we started recording these albums. And he said, "Well, what you need to do is you need to find some good players." So I decided that I was going to find the best players in Los Angeles. And that's where we're going to go. I've known Sean since 1989. I've known Charles since about 2015. And I that's how we did it. And there's just like this almost connection. We know how to move with each other. And And there's just we've all learned each other's tells. You know, every musician has a tell where things begin to swell and things are going to change in one thing or another. And we've all learned to identify each other's swells and tells, and that's what we do. So now let me. God, we're probably. And I apologize, kids. Please practice, and bands, please.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah. So I'm not negating that, but let's see. When we went to record our first album, Sleeping at Panikins, we did the breakdown and everything. We had 23 hours of rehearsal time and writing time together. And then we dropped those tracks live. Everything that we do, we play live. I'll go back and overdub the vocals, but we play everything live, and we usually do 2 or 3 takes. So if you take the amount of time that we prepped to write the album and to record the album, it's right around 29 hours.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yes. In and out.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's just it's one of those things.
That's 2 days. Less than 2 days. It's amazing. Just a little over a day.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, I think the longest is the lyrics, and that usually takes. Let's see. I think for Sleeping at Panikins on the lyrics, it took me like 30 minutes to write the lyrics for each of those songs.
Oh, that's such a long time. Kidding me?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, but you didn't. That wasn't from scratch though, right? Did you have like thoughts in your head like before going in?
No.
Is that all just like off the cuff, right then and there?
Off
How does someone do that? How do you do that?
Well,
How do you do that quickly?
Well, it's probably some traumatic brain injury, and I don't realize I shouldn't be doing it. But
I mean, do you pop like 5 Quaaludes and then do it?
Don't ask him.
Hey,
Next.
The kids aren't in bed, son. No, seriously.
Yeah, but when I say stuff like that, everybody here knows that I'm full of crap. Doesn't matter what I say.
No, actually, what happened is we'll go in. I'll take the riff in. And then we'll go in and we'll just kind of boom, 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 boom. And then all of a sudden I'll point to somebody and I said, song title. And somebody will just shoot something out and then I write around that. But
cool.
Sleeping at to be fair, there was a backstory about Sleeping at Panikins. Panikins is a coffee house in San Diego. And in 2002, my son died. He was 6 years old.
So sorry.
Oh, thank you. So what I would do is because I had trouble with alcohol, I had trouble with drugs, and so I was trying to stay clean and not go down any kind of road. So I go at this coffee house called Panikins in San Diego, and I would stay there sometimes so long that I'd fall asleep. And these people knew what I was going through, and they were really cool. So that's what it was about. So we came up with that, and the songs are kind of like snippets, like Pills for Free is talking about coming to a complete breakdown in your life. You go into the chorus, it says Semper Virens. It's a behavioral health unit, a mental hospital up in Eureka. And you go through all that and you come out with all these pills for free. And so it was just stuff like that for that first album. So they were all kind of like snapshots and snippets as to what was happening, but we named the album afterwards, but it was just off the cuff. Okay, we have this concept, we have this thought in my head, and these guys are so amazing. They never challenge anything, and they let me have complete free reign. And then I have another writing partner that I've been writing with since about 1998. His name is Nathan Dunn. And so what I'll do is I'll bounce it back and forth. And what's good about Nate is I've known him so long, we used to be roommates and stuff, and we played in bands together, that he can kind of uncannily see what I'm trying to say and help me tweak and bring that into focus.
It's nice, man. It's like your own producer there with just the vocals and lyrics.
Yeah, exactly. And then on the other end, our other huge blessing that we have is we have Daryl Swan, who's mixing and mastering our albums. Do you guys remember that song "I Try" by Macy Gray? I said goodbye and
sure.
Yeah, that he produced her and a bunch of other, I think like the Black Eyed Peas and some bunch of other people. He's a good friend of ours, good friend of the band, and he lends a lot of the production end on the back end. We've been really blessed and very fortunate with all the help that we've gotten.
Nice.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when I came in on the first album, Rob sent me the on tracks with just the drums and the bass, and then he goes, just take it and then just run with it. And I would say what on 90% of those songs that we recorded in the studio at Clear Lake is what came up when he first sent me the tracks, because they were so inspiring to play.
Wow.
Yeah, listen to that solo from Dregs. Oh my God, that is when we're on tour, that is the one time, that's the hardest part of the set, because every time I want to just sit there and watch him and listen to it and forget what I'm doing. Man, but that solo on Dregs is just absolutely amazing. And then on the new Loch Levin album, on a song called Apocryphelia, the solo on that is just insane. But Bad Aside is probably my favorite solo on that album. What about you, Sean?
Yeah, it's funny when we track those songs, because when we did Apocryphelia, I wanted to go in the Steve Vai direction, because I'm a huge Steve Vai fan, and of course Van Halen and all that. But when we got to the solo part, I was like, I'm just gonna mess with the guys. I'm just gonna do this crazy thing, and I was thinking, that's gonna be too much. And you're like, oh, keep that, do that. I'm like, okay. So yeah. So I mean, I have all the space to be like a shredding guitar player, like in this band. But there's times I want to lay back, like with Loch Levin. There's no solo in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, as far as rehearsal goes, to answer your question, Jay, about
that's right.
Rob actually, we only rehearse to write the music, and for the shows, we'll probably do 1 or 2 on dress rehearsal shows before we go out.
Yeah.
And like everything else, we just wait.
Now, is your drummer, when you guys play live, does he tend to speed things up a bit?
No,
if you're used to rehearsing or practicing, like let's just say to the CD or something, you're like, all right, I gotta practice these songs, and the next thing you know, you get up on stage, damn man, you're
No, Charles. Well, actually, Rob, I'll let you answer that about Charles.
Oh yeah, no, Charles is like, Rob, man, dude, I just need you to settle down, dog. He's the one, you can feel the tension pulling. That guy is rock solid. That's
good. That's good.
I mean, I it was another band, but we played through the middle of a hurricane on the Motorhead motorboat cruise. Mm-hmm. That guy was just solid, and the stand was broken. He was holding the snare with his knees. So that's Charles.
Yeah, he has his little metronome that he'll go, okay, guys, what do you think about 120? And then he'll hear the click in there, and then he'll stick with that. And then, as far as live goes, there's times he'll hear it. I mean, he'll probably look at his little machine. He's rock solid.
Gotcha. Yeah, because there's some drummers, man, you play live and you're used to playing a solo that's hard enough to play at album speed. Mm-hmm. You add 5 or sometimes 8, 9 BPM to it, and next thing you're like, oh my, there's no way, man. And you feel it coming.
The funny thing is, when I listen to a band live, I actually don't like when the band speeds the songs up. I like album speed. I like it album speed. But what I do like is I don't like to hear the same exact riffs that you hear on an album. I like to get the gist of it, but I like hearing different stuff. I like to hear the the improvisation.
Sure.
In the solo sections. Yeah, you got to have the bulk of like the main riff of the solo really should sound like the record, but like you putting in other things, I mean, it gets boring if you don't do that. But absolutely, I like hearing album speed.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we took the instrumental off the first record, which is Ryatt, on title track, and we extended the middle part at least 3 shows that we did that, Rob?
Yeah. We turned it. Dude, man, it was near Freebird proportions on time.
Yeah.
I mean, that turned into like 9-minute songs. But
Yeah. And it was cool. It was really cool because it gave us a chance to really get in the zone, and I was able to go into my Pink Floyd / Vice / whatever I was feeling at the gig. So, but yeah, I totally agree. It's and plus when you play like a bunch of shows, because the next tour we're doing like 12 shows in a row, Rob.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. First stint is 12.
12 days in a row.
Yeah.
12 shows in a row. Yeah.
Wow.
Bam, bam, bam.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. I think we have 9-hour drives between the shows too.
Oh,
yeah.
That's every night, or do you have a night off? You have any nights off?
Well, now we might. I think we're gonna take the 5th off. I think that's what it is. But no, and I'm gonna tell you another secret. I just like to brag about my guys. Now check this out. We'll go on the road. We will play the show. We'll do what we got to do. My guys will sleep on the floor to give the beds to the other band members to make sure that everybody's comfortable. Sean slept on the floor the entire tour last time. He just took a sleeping bag and was bam. Didn't complain about it. Just handled his business like a grown man. He
didn't want to hear anybody else complain. That's what I was.
But that's why I said, man, we're Spartan status. I mean, that first night of the tour, we slept in like some parking lot in a casino in somewhere in Arizona.
Yeah, that was the night that I drove.
Yeah.
I was falling asleep on the way, and Charles was like, he was a trooper because it was like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could get to New Mexico, and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep an eye on you, and I didn't fall asleep, but I was tired because we just played and everything, and then there was this light way off in the distance, someplace in the mountain somewhere, and he goes, okay, head towards that light or something like that, and it was this Indian casino, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that was the worst night for everybody because after that we're like, we are getting hotels as soon as we get into whatever town that we're in. We're gonna get the hotels and all that stuff. So, and then that's when it all started to build speed and flowing and fun, which it was fun from the very beginning.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we were stuck in a traffic jam for like 4 hours. We were almost late to the first show, and we had played that night before in Hollywood. So I mean, I didn't get home till 4. We left at 8. It was just a mess. But these guys are troopers, man. These guys are Spartans, man. I'm really proud of my guys. They handle their stuff. They get out there. And the thing is, been on tour with the other bands. I don't have to tell these guys what to do. They just instinctively know. And, and then even on the social times, we went to Dealey Plaza in Dallas where the Kennedy assassination took place. Yes. And, oh, my God, that was amazing. And these guys knew everything. So I got good guys, man. I cannot complain.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. Sean, I think, weren't you posting stuff from there?
Yes, that really.
That.
Yeah. That really hit home because I'm a big, huge John F. Kennedy fan. And I was actually named after him. My middle name is Fitzgerald. So, so for us to go there, that was really, really awesome for us to be a part of that. I mean, it's sad for what happened.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Right. Of course, but as far as being there, because you see it like on TV and everything, and you see all the documentaries on it.
This is a Zapruder film. Everybody knows that. Analyzed frame by frame for years.
Yep. There was 3 shooters. That's all I can say, but go ahead.
Listen, there's a couple questions in the chat.
Okay, it's more believable than one, but go ahead.
Brendan B. Squared asks, so Sean said he's a big Steve Vai fan. Rob, what are your influences on bass?
Oh, see, that's really tough because I have a jazz background, and but I grew up and came up in the punk scene in Southern California. So the bassist that probably. Man, that's a good one. I don't think I can definitively say, but the one bass player that was like, yeah, that's what I want to do was Lemmy from Motorhead. So there's probably Lemmy and Cliff Burton. Those are probably my 2 biggest influences. And there's people I wish I could play like, but for the most part, I would probably say for this week. But then again, Geezer Butler, that guy really shaped a lot of the way the stylings and
Godfather of metal bass.
Yeah,
yes.
I remember right before, it was probably about a year before we started Ryatt, I was talking to Geezer, and he was like, "Hey man, play with people of your youth." So that was another reason why I picked Sean, because I've known Sean since like 89 or 90. Yeah. So yeah, Geezer sent you, Sean.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's an honor, man.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's cool. I just seen a documentary about him, and yeah, that's a true honor.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Dave.
The other question is for both of you. Michael Smith asks, after you did your first tour, what were the takeaways? What did you learn? The best and the worst thing that you learned from that tour, and is anything that you would change on the upcoming tour?
Sean, why don't you start with that, or you want me to start?
I just have one thing. Buying a pad for the floor if I sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
So they make those, don't they? Like the
yes, they do. Yes, they
roll
do.
them up,
Yeah.
like a big fatty or something.
Yeah, it's like a gym floor thing, you know, like a wrestling pad.
Yes.
Yeah, like a
Like a
yoga,
wrestling
big,
pad.
thick yoga pad. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't mind sleeping on the floor because I have a really nice bed here, but I have a really bad back, so it's nice to lay flat. And I mean, I didn't complain about being.
Dude, it's a hotel room. I mean,
Yeah.
you know?
It's like whatever happened in that bed. I don't know if I want to be a part of that.
Don't ever bring a black light into a hotel.
No.
Like,
Some of the rooms we were in, you didn't need the black light. Hey man, but it was $48. So
You get in bed, you look up, and Sean's just standing there. You're like, "What are you doing?" "I'm not touching anything, man."
there was one place like that. There was one place.
dude, is that when the roach ran across me? I think it was
Yes.
the roach was on my face.
Man, it's the stuff that bands do in order to get out there to play music for people, which is awesome. But it's like the whole experience, because I never done that stuff. I mean, I've always flown somewhere and did a gig and came back, but to be in a van or a bus or whatever to experience that, I mean, if you never done it, at least try it, you know, because it really changes the whole deal, the whole perspective.
Yeah, you're right. And some people think, you know, being in a band and going on tours is like all, you know, oh, it's so, you know, glamorous and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You got roaches running across your face.
Yeah, and everybody, yeah, I know, man, but to answer Mike's question, we won't even talk about Dallas. But to answer Mike's question, seriously, the one thing that I took away from this was logistics. What I need to do is, so when in planning this tour, I planned a little bit more downtime. I retooled the shifts, like how to drive. And basically what I did is I wanted to take care of the back end so that we can have better production. And that was the one thing. And number two, the fact of when we get on stage is taking that time to slow down. The good thing, and I know, I don't want to sound like a douche, man, but things have really moved really fast for us. So it's hard sometimes to take the time. So that's why when we start, immediately before we get on stage, I just like, whoa, slow your roll, Jethro, we're going to do this. And so it's just taking a little bit more time. And the other thing too, Mike, I would take away for me, is enjoying and being in the absolute presence and that whole, and just delving into that collective conscious that I have with these guys, because it's a gift. Excuse me. I'm not crying yet. No, man. No, check this out, guys. No, Susan made these tacos. Susan made these bomb tacos. And I'm trying to eat them.
We know.
So I apologize, man.
I know. Your microphone is right here. So
Yeah.
What?
You know you're eating.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
crunch.
Someone's going to have to make all the screenshots of you.
That's okay. I all the time eat in front of these guys.
Oh, okay, but things have moved so fast that at times it's hard to remember why you're here, especially when you get on that grind and it says bam, 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 and you're circulating. And so that's why it's just so important. My favorite time, I mean, on tour with these guys is eating, because that's the time. That is the time that we're all together. Nothing else matters. We're not a band. We're not Ryatt. We're not any of that. We're just
You're a gang.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much, because that's the other thing. We're all sidemen. We, you know, me and Charles. Charles is a professional musician. He's played with many people. I was a touring musician. Sean, as well as a studio touring musician. So now we get to relish in that fact of, like, number one, we don't know all the rules, so we do everything wrong, but something's working for us. So when we sit down and eat, it's a very sacred time. And, you know, I'm Native American, and in my culture, when you eat with somebody, you're making a nonverbal bonded commitment to them. So I take those times really seriously. So when we're out on the road, it's only just generally the three of us eating together because, you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, it's been a wild ride. And about the only this is about the only family I have with these two guys. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Robert, what tribe are you?
Oh boy, I got a bunch, but mostly my mother's Luceño and Cahuilla, from Palma, or excuse me, from Saboba and from Palm Springs, and my dad is Sahamala Shumash up from Santa Barbara, and then I think I'm also like Swedish. You know, and I get yeah. Well,
that's where the metal. That's where the heavy.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, that's where the beard comes in, man. Because if you look at my siblings, they can't. Oh, poor guys, man. They start getting hair on the chest, and I'm the baby. I'm the baby of the family. I'm 47. So and so yeah. So I got some of those genetics. I'm 6'4", 210 pounds. I got a beard. I look like I'm adopted.
You're 6'4"?
Yeah, I'm 6'4".
He's tall. He's tall.
Dude.
Yeah.
I thought I was the tallest guy in this bunch, but
it's okay. That's a good thing when you're the front man. You know, when you're the big dude in the front man, it's like
Yeah.
Towers.
You know, if Sean was like 6'4" and you were like 5'6", and he's standing next to you and you're at the microphone, that could look a little.
Yeah, we would be the cult. Yeah, we'd be the cult.
So I have a question for Robert.
Yes, sir.
How are your arms feeling?
Which one? Because
this one.
He's holding up with his third arm.
Well, you know what? Here. No, here's the thing. I'm freakishly strong. I don't know what happened. I don't know what bat I fell into as a kid. But yeah, I'm freakishly strong. This stuff doesn't bother me at all. I forgot I was holding the camera. I was like, whoa, what do you mean my arms? But yeah, wow. You know, yeah, I can do about 500 push-ups, so we're good.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Me too, in 500 days.
Yeah. All right, so now's a little bit of rig rundown for Sean.
Yes.
Sean, what are you taking on the road with you?
Was asking Adam EVH was asking for a rig rundown as well. So.
Oh, okay. Hey guys. I for this deal, which is the same deal what I did from the last tour and for the last two studio gigs. I'm doing the EVH 5150, the 50 watt, which I got that retubed last year about this time, and that's going into a Dr. Jekyll cab, and that's a 400 watt cab. So when I plug that thing into that cab, it's beautiful. I mean, it's just there's so much headroom in that. So the amp is able to open up and it's really clear. For effects, I got the Decimator, and I got the G Major 2 by TC Electronics, the BBE Maximizer, and that's the rack part of it, which goes to the loop. And for the pedals, I have the Maxon, overdrive.
Which one you got?
It's the OD9, or what it's called, the
OD 808.
Oh, the 808. Cool.
Yeah. So and I got the Fender on delay, which I don't use. That's just for looks in there. I haven't really used it yet.
He has a standing up this way facing the crowd.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Jim.
Not even plugged in.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I have a carbon copy, which that effect, okay, I know this is going to sound really, kind of like hokey, U2 fanboy. When I saw the Edge at Fender play through a Fender Tweed amp, he had the carbon copy in delay, and he was playing those songs that I grew up with. I was like, man, I got to get that effect. So that's the next one. Which, if you listen to Lock 11, the slapback is coming all from that. Okay, and then next is a stereo phaser, which is
Isn't that what guitar players do? They hear somebody they love playing, like, oh, that's what they're using? Gotta have it.
Yeah.
It's normal, right?
Yeah.
Of course. That's how I live my life.
Yeah, heck yeah. Heck yeah. And then next up is the stereo phaser, which is I bought it from Cal Hoyt. He used to work at Fender, and he had this. It was like a 1978 a DoD stereo phaser.
Oh,
Yeah,
those are cool. Those
Yeah.
those are like early script logo MXRs. The same.
Yeah. Badass. So if you listen to on the album, when you listen to Lock 11, when we go into the middle part where you think there's going to be a solo, but there's not, it's just me doing effects. That's the phaser sound that's coming up. That's being played in there. And then next I have the Crybaby Wah Wah.
Cool.
And that's it.
Just the basic Crybaby, or is it a?
That's not my name.
No, that's it's not his name. No, I'm not talking about you.
Crybaby.
That's his mom saying that, or his siblings.
Them's fighting words.
GCB 65 or 95? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the regular one. That's a great one. They sound great.
Yes, I love it. I used to have the Vox. And I had that since 1999, and that thing finally took a crap. But I talked to Borns to see if I could get like a replacement pot.
Oh, do they make wah pots, or are they all the same?
All I know, Dave, is at the NAMM show, I was talking to Chuck, which he was the guy there, and I go, I have this old Vox pedal I had forever, and he goes, you know what? We should be able to make a new pot for that, or have something in stock. So I'm judging that they have it, or they can make it with no problem.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's it.
How about guitars? What guitars you taking?
Yeah, dude.
Unless you're gonna play air guitar.
Yeah, it's still in the case, which you guys seen it. It's Stealth Deane V. The Tunematic version of it. I love that guitar. I'm hoping to get like a tremolo version of it, because there's quite a few songs that I use the bar. But I'm taking that one on tour, and I'm gonna take the Midas, which I have that right here. You guys see that?
Yeah, because you need a Floyd.
I need a Floyd. Yeah, so I'm taking.
What Floyd? Hold on. Wait, bring that back up, please.
Oh, that's a Floyd. That's the one that you put on a Les Paul style guitar.
Yeah, it's the FRX.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's no routing. It fits right on the.
What?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That thing looks. It's the matte finish on that is perfect on that guitar.
Is that a titanium one, or is that just a flat like
Chrome,
nickel?
or nickel.
Yeah, it's a nickel one. I don't know if they make the titanium. If they do, I would love to have that. If they do, but I love it because it's I have the what is these tuners again? They're the Ungotos, lucky ones, and
it works great, right?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it stays in tune. When I first got it, all set up like this, it had like the regular nut on here, that weird plastic. So I went ahead and got bone nut, and I went ahead and changed it out and put bone on here. So so yeah, it stays in tune. Awesome. You guys seen the videos and stuff. I mean, I wail on it, and then I haven't had no problems with it. But I have on the Squire on Telly, which I took this last tour, and I played it once, Rob. It was just,
it was just one time.
Yeah, someone wanted me to play it, and I played it, and it was cool. Like it worked. That one has the EVH bridge pickup from like, you know, on like the Wolfgang type bridge. And then one more guy. I'll show you this one. Which you guys seen this one too online. This is
yeah,
the Wayne Struggle, Eric.
Yeah, it's Eric Galetta's WRC guitar.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking this one actually and replacing it with the Zamitis, because this one has a Floyd on it, and I love it. I love this guitar, but it's just heavy. That's the problem.
So what do you feel about you know, you have the one good, like, I know certain people are iffy about, well, not iffy, but it's either I love them or I hate them about the EMG pickups in that. I mean, when you plug that one in and then you plug the guitar with the
passive
with the Wolfgang pickup or something.
Yeah,
do you notice a huge difference? I mean, is it just what's your opinion, I guess, on the EMGs?
You know what's weird? Yeah, I'll tell you something. I was actually thinking about that a couple of weeks ago. We played a show in Idlewild for the fireman thing. That was our last show before this, and it was the first time I was able to play the EMG compared to normal pickup, you know, setup, which was a Midas setup, and the Flying V has more bite to it because it's you know, active, which I prefer that actually, because back in the 80s when I got my first set of EMGs, the one that went, the cord that goes all the way into the pickup, it's like hardwired. That's all I played was EMGs all the way up until 1990. Well, actually, up until when I started to work at Fender in 2004.
Wow.
You know, and then when I was around, you know, Jackson and EVH, and then I started the Hour 11 thing, I went to EVH, and I loved the bite I was getting with the Wolfgang type pickups. So from 2016 or 2015, when we start working on the Mick Mars soloists, yeah, he plays. I think they're the Blackouts, or I think it's his model. It's like the EMGs, but his version of it. I was like, I miss the EMG. So I know that they can sound thin or whatever, but that amp, that EVH amp, it just loves those pickups, you know. And I had to back off the gain a little bit because it was just too much, but it seems to work if you have your guitars dialed in to where they're just dialed in. You know, you could go back and forth. You know, you could go back and forth from passive to non-passive, whatever. I mean, to me, because I didn't have any problems, and it actually worked because, you know, some of the songs I didn't really need that extra bite. You know, when I would switch over to the, you know, the Midas guitar, you know.
Yeah, well, I feel it's good to have different guitars, different you know, sounds in them. I guess if you know, especially if you're recording, you know, it's great to have, you know, if you have all the same sounding stuff, it's like, well, why do I need 5 of these? You know, but
yeah. Oh, you know. Oh, I'm sorry, Dave.
The Zamitis guitar, that's mahogany and maple, correct?
That's correct.
All right, so it's more or less Paul-like. So, I mean, I think EMGs in that guitar would be overkill. I think that the reason why it was easy to go from your guitar with EMGs to that is because probably the guitar with EMGs is a basswood body, or maybe an ash body, perhaps.
That makes sense.
Which is going to be a little bit brighter either way than mahogany and maple.
Yeah, cool. That makes a lot of sense. It was a trip when we did the last deal, the last record on the song. We changed the song title a couple of names. Rob, help me here. Can't follow. Thank you.
Yeah.
I used this guitar for that song, and when you hear that song, it's just clean jazz, smooth playing on it. There's no solos. I mean, and I wanted something different going into the neck pickup on that particular song. I mean, I could have used all the other guitars, but I chose this one because it's just that it just felt like it would be that tone for this particular that particular song with this guitar.
Cool. Very cool.
Thanks. That's the rundown.
That's awesome.
Rundown.
That's awesome. And
Now,
Rob, what bass are you using? What basses are you taking more than one, or are you taking what are you using?
Well, I'm a G&L guy from way back. And
Oh,
that's just
cool.
me.
Yeah, I love
So,
Gina.
Yeah. And
Rob Rizzuto was one of my guys, man. He's
nice.
I love that guy.
Oh yeah. So for my backup and to record, I mean, next album's gonna be different. But I'm taking my 1988 SB1 G&L. That's my backup. I've had the pickups re-wrapped to push about 11 ohms. And that thing just screams, but it has a nice solid, because I only started using active pickups this year, because before I was always just straight passive. But for the touring, that's going to be my backup. For the main touring guitar, I'm using the Deane John Entwistle model.
Oh,
and
cool.
so that thing just screams. Oh my God, I plugged it in for the first time today, and that thing was just, it roared. And I want to thank Chris Canella for hooking that up. That was really good. So that's going to be the main one. And so I mean, I very rarely switch between basses, because I got a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, that John Entwistle is the shape of the neck, the balance and the hang of it is just absolutely amazing. And then I will be running through my Ampeg B5R, which we're going to drop down to 2 ohms. So that's another screamer there. And then, it's running through the Dr. Jekyll cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
So
your pedal too.
Oh yeah. So that's right. The Sans Amp.
Yep,
the Tech 21.
Yep.
Yeah. Tech 21. And the cool thing with the Dr. Jekyll is he's never made bass cabinets. This is the first bass cabinet he made. So this is like, man.
so literally, you have the prototype.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I have number 1.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's a 212 cabinet. And what did he say? Was it 800 watts?
I think it's rated at 800. Yeah.
Yeah, rated at
It's 200 watt
800.
or 400 watt
Yeah.
speakers.
Yeah, you should never blow those speakers.
No, and it's triple ported. So yeah.
So am I.
Well, I was a triple port in Ireland. Yeah. Don't often buy beers in Dublin. It never ends well.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. Hey, they do have nice jails, though. They're holding some of the jails in Dublin are very nice, I will say. Dude, no. And we're not going to deviate too much, but yeah, I was in a Soviet jail in 91 before. Yeah, long story. Yeah, the Dublin one was really nice.
Yeah. It's a long story.
Surprised you're here.
Yeah, that's a long story, man.
You're doing the show right now from that jail cell.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I learned to speak Russian really well in there because nobody else spoke English. Yeah, it's been a colorful life.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it is now, man. I was 19. Yeah, it was. And I was 19. I had hair down to my waist. I weighed about 128. It was all bad.
Wow, 6'4" and 128 pounds. You must have been.
Oh yeah, dude. Whipped thin, baby. I was all ribs and nipples, man. I was all ribs and nipples. So, yeah. Well, I was 17 in Tokyo jail, but that's another a long story, man.
They're like, what did you do? It's like, it's a long story. So
it's a long story. There's kids there, and you know what? I was dumb. Kids, don't go to jail. It's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got at least another hour we can talk about it.
Oh man. I can tell you about the surf trip to Tahiti. That's a whole nother story too. But yeah, no, I've been really fortunate with my career, and I've been playing, I've been touring since '86 with different bands and stuff like that. So it's been really good. And I come from a musical family. My cousin Freddie Herrera plays bass in Everclear. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So yeah, he's a much better, much more solid bassist than I am, and I always tease him that, like, damn it, dude, you got the looks and the talent in this family. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's sometimes when the children are left alone too long, it can be a problem. But for the most part, you know, I'm really looking forward to getting back out on the road. I don't do well at home, but that's a whole nother story. So I'm looking forward to get back. We have a really good show that we're really proud of. We're playing the Profit Bar in Deep Ellum on the 10th. Is that right, Sean? Is that November 10th that we're playing Deep Ellum? Because I think we're in El Paso on the 11th. So and we played there last year. Man, that place has to hold, what, 1,500, 2,000 people, Sean?
Yeah, it's big. It's huge.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, so we're looking forward to that, and we really want to fill that place. That's probably been one of the highlights of this band, and the other highlight was
Miller.
It was Miller, exactly. You know, was when we were in Guitar World with our first release. So Guitar World helped push that first album. That really made a
Cool. Who'd you speak to?
difference. Her name is Mari Dietz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Cool.
so she's the one. She ran the story on this and stuff like that. Unsigned, no airplay, no nothing. We were just out. You know,
But who has airplay these days? Nobody. Nobody has airplay.
Yeah.
Music, you're not getting airplay.
The whole dynamic has changed so much. You know, I mean, since the 80s, when, you know, you got signed in the 80s, I was signed in 86. And man, there was a total like stratification of who you had to go through. There was gatekeepers and everything else. Now it's just like, it's a Wild West, and you know, and then we're taking full advantage of it. Mm-hmm. You know, we're just going to get out there. We're going to do it ourselves. And if you can't do more than what we're doing for ourselves, you know, we respectfully decline your offer. That's where we're at. And you know, and we're just, you know, we're standing in the corner of nothing to lose and nothing to prove at this point.
How far out east are you coming?
I want to say Amarillo, Texas.
Amarillo.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of staying, you know, west coast to the middle of the country. You're not really coming.
Yeah. No, what I want to do is I want to go from Baltimore all the way up to Portland, Maine. That's one I really want to do, and then I'd also like to do a Dallas to Detroit run. So those are coming up.
Well, if you do a Maryland one, why don't you start in Myrtle Beach? You guys can stay here, and then you can make your way up.
You just be advised. That's a verbal contract, and it's binding.
It's on the internet.
Listen, I'll be the first one to say that if you come through New York, you guys can stay here.
Cool.
At the house, you know, to sleep and then do your gigs, and you know, I have no problem with that.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great because you know, we run pretty hard and we run pretty thin. So no, that would be great. But yeah, now what part of Maryland are you in, Jay?
No, I'm in close to Myrtle Beach in South Carolina.
Oh, okay, yeah, awesome, man. No, I was out in Fredericksburg, out in Maryland for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's
so
about
Frostburg as well too.
7 hours from me, I think. 5 or
Okay.
7, somewhere around there. But
All right, man. Hey, how'd you guys do with that storm?
the
Did
one
you guys just have a
about
massive storm roll through there?
it wasn't too bad. It was, of course, we thought it was going to be worse than it was.
Yeah.
But it ended up, you know, not as bad. But we made it out okay. Some
that's
people
good.
didn't, but you know, we're good.
Yeah. We live in California. You know, we only have earthquakes and fires. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's enough,
you guys need some water, by the way. You need plugs.
yeah. It's, you know, I cannot believe how dry it's become. I mean, as a kid here, I mean, you can see the desertification just happening. It was a whole nother ballgame. This was a real green, lush place. Now it's a tinderbox. I live up by Loch Levin, and we just had a massive. Hang on, hey Susan, how many acres was that fire? Was it 600,000? Yeah, it was like 600,000 acre fire, man. Someone threw a cigarette butt, and man, now we're dealing with the mudslides, and so and we had some bears out in the backyard and some coyotes because everything's been forced down. The mountain lions are out right now, so California needs water.
Do you guys have sharks in the desert?
Yeah, they're called A&R agents.
That's a good one right there.
Yeah,
we have been we won't even, because out of respect for peers and understanding that business is business. Oh boy, dude, I will tell you what, I owe you all each a conversation about the shenanigans with the different A&R agents that have approached Ryatt. You guys are get a kick. Not doing it publicly, but I do make a promise to each one of you. We will talk.
So how far are you guys away from Johnny?
7 hours,
Jesus.
right? On Santa Cruz, or are you in San Jose, Johnny?
Yeah, Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. Oh, well,
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. I love Big Sur. Big Sur is my
Yeah, you were just there.
Yeah, Big Sur is my favorite place on earth. I used to live up in Humboldt County too, out in Mad River. There's like 35 people in town. It was really strange. There's a lot of banjo playing, but yeah, yeah, dude. Either it was the weirdest thing, because you go down to the local A&P, and it was either like full on like Cheech and Chong, like weed growers, or like Deliverance people, dude. There was just like nothing in the middle. So.
Yeah.
Welcome to California, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Santa Cruz has been really nice.
Yeah,
Santa
you
Cruz
guys.
is awesome.
Yeah, you're the home of the banana slug.
Yes. Yeah. Is it Sammy? Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy the banana slug.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, Big Sur is like my favorite place. Henry Miller Museum. That Susan and I go up there, and that's my place to get away. If you go south, I want to say probably about an hour and 13 minutes from where you're at, you're going to get to Treebones Resort. It's on the other side. You guys just had that humongous landslide. The one's now officially open, which is great, because we were having to go through Nassau Meadows to come down from there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, you live in a beautiful part of the state. I live in San Jacinto.
Hey, Sean,
Yes.
if you do head out to New York on the road or something, the good thing is you don't have to bring any guitars. You can stay with Dave and just take them off the wall. Look at that. Got his own.
I have plenty of Floyd Roses.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. That's like kid being in a candy store, or now for us being like a Best Buy or some type of drone store for me.
Oh man, them drones, dude.
But yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It's our pleasure.
There was a question from Michael Smith again. He asks, since you started writing music, I guess, for the next record, will there be a concept or anything for the next record?
Not yet. The one thing I am working with is through an expansion of the collective consciousness. So it's just about, so far, probably the dealings and the rumblings we have with the human condition. I mean, this body just holds us. I mean, don't want to get too esoterical, but we're here for a minute and then we're gone. So what is this time in this body is probably the closest thing, probably lyrically, for the album.
That's cool stuff. I like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
And it's gonna be somewhat like industrial with one song, and then some other parts is gonna be kind of country, and the other parts is gonna be kind of. I mean, it's like a big pot of stuff that we're going to be putting in there.
Oh yeah, it's I mean, with the styles and the influences and the sounds. If you guys remember, like the WWF from the '80s when it's full pandemonium and everybody jumped in the ring. That's kind of what we're doing on sound. We're gonna do what is flowing out, and we might jump from James Brown to Venom. It's that kind of thing. So
was it a battle royal or the Royal Rumble? Which
the Royal Rumble, yes,
Royal Rumble.
the Royal Rumble, dude.
Yeah, I absolutely knew that you would come up with some WWF.
I don't know if you guys can see back there, but Hulk Hogan is holding my 5150 license plate.
What?
I did see that. I did,
Yeah.
and I thought that was
Old school original.
oh, look
Shut the front door, dude. Hey, did that come with like the Ultimate Warrior and Jimmy Snuka?
No, this just.
No, it came with.
What are you gonna say, Dave?
It came with Barbie
at Barbie.
dolls.
Well, let's hope. Never mind. I'll leave
Little
that.
Macho Man here.
Oh, Macho Man.
Yeah. Listen, brother, you are here. Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Oh, brother, we're here at Ryatt, brother. We're gonna rush. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it was a shot to the head in 8th grade, I think.
What is it with metal bands and wrestling?
I don't know, brother.
I went
It's hand in hand.
I went to one wrestling show or match in
One too many.
4. And I couldn't believe it, Dave. I could not believe it when we got there. It was at the Staples Center, not Staples Center, but the Honda Center, right by Disneyland, and it's a huge, auditorium. Well, not auditorium, but stadium. And I thought I was gonna hear them talking, but all you see is big dudes flying over the mat and people screaming, and that's it. There's no commentary whatsoever. So,
Sounds like the reception at county jail, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to the playroom at McDonald's and got the same thing.
Yep.
Nope.
I was disappointed.
Oh my god.
I like.
No, the only wrestling I did was in the back of a Camaro. It was 1979. Yeah, never mind. Whatever. Oh man, I'm trying. Yeah, really close, but it was me. Yeah, dude, I'm suppressing every instinct I have right now. I'm trying, guys. Yeah.
No, it is hard, Robert. It's hard because when I started coming on with these guys, like I dropped the F-bomb three times a sentence. I mean,
I still do.
F that, F this. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
As soon as Johnny hits the off button on the live, I mean, me and Dave and Johnny sometimes, I know he doesn't want anybody to know he curses, but I mean, it's almost like we're suppressing these our language. And then it's as soon as it's over, F, we got to get them out.
Oh yeah. It turns into being like when you were 9 and practicing cuss words and you're just like not conjugating the verbs and just like not stringing them together right. I won't go into any examples, but yeah, it's just like and it's usually after this stuff. It's just I scream it as loud as I can. It's just like, oh my god, we're done. So yeah.
When you hear me say that's when I am not saying a curse word on here.
Yeah, when you hear me go. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Yeah.
Michael Smith has an idea. Speaking of wrestling, you know the old school Hulkamania T-shirt?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the ripped.
You got to get the Ryatt Mania.
Oh yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll rip it and I'll pierce one of my nipples. It'll be great.
On stage, every show you have to.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. You don't want to see me without a shirt. Yeah. That's not good.
Re-pierce every show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, my 6-pack went from a keg. So yeah, I maintain this Adonis-like physique. Yeah, but no, that would. You know what? We could do that with like the Hulkamania font.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sean, you've been tasked. You've been tasked. If you choose to take this mission,
And I know on the I guess the last iteration of the Hulkamania shirt had like established 1984, whatever the hell year it was, 82,
Yeah.
84.
Yeah.
So you can do the same thing with the band, have established, the year you guys
oh man, we could do those like in yellow. Oh my god, it'd be great, dude. Oh, you know what, Sean? The next cover it should be like the Flash dance, but you laying under the bucket.
But Sean doesn't have long hair.
Oh
Yeah, I have to get a wig and everything.
there you go.
Dude, if you make the Ryatt Mania shirts, I'm gonna need one. And Michael Smith, obviously, since he thought of it. So
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah. That's Yeah. Never mind. I had a whole bunch of shirt ideas. Some of them got lifted from me over the years. Like I had one that was it was a 4X and it said on the front, "I beat anorexia." Yeah, that one got lifted.
That's awesome.
that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like the next shirts that we did, Mike, is the cover for Loch Levin.
Yes.
basically, and I don't know if any of you guys have seen that. It's a picture of driving in the snow right on the way up, and then if you turn over the CD when they come out, you'll see the back cover, and it's a night shot and a day shot in the exact same spot. Yeah.
Cool.
So, and this has been an absolutely amazing experience. I've been coming up here since I was a kid. So, down in the city, then up in the mountains. So good times.
Very cool.
That's great.
So you guys are on Spotify.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I believe so.
Okay, because I thought I looked for you a couple days ago.
Yeah, well, if you look up Ryatt, you Google Ryatt, you get a lot of interesting things, But
Oh, you are on here, okay? Because I tried to on the Instagram story. I tried to add your music, and sometimes it'll go to Spotify, but for some reason it didn't come up. But yeah, you're popping right up. You're there.
Oh, okay, good.
Hard to
So
see
yeah,
that time.
we're just basically Wyatt with an R.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
this is the is this the cover you're talking about right here?
Yeah,
Yes, that's
that's
the
the back cover of the album. That's right down the street from where I'm sitting right now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's beautiful.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, like I said, it's nice to be able to drive up from Hollywood. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was
so
there.
yeah. So,
Oh no, I'm sorry, Rob.
oh no, I'm just rambling. I'm just like all silence, words, and inside my head it's just like words, thoughts, don't cuss, don't talk about drugs. Yeah, that's where I'm at. But go ahead, Sean.
No, Charles and I came up there around summertime.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, this brings memories of snowboarding or being there, going up there,
Yeah.
Camping as a kid. It's just so peaceful. There's no traffic noise. It's just silence and wind blowing through the trees. It's just a good place to go when you're like, used to being in the city, of course.
Yeah, and and it's I love to meditate up here. It's been really good for my spiritual practice, and it's just, I can't say enough about this place. And and just it gets kind of hard when there's like 5 seats. So oh my gosh, hey guys, hey Zeus, come here. You guys,
Yeah, Zeus.
I was telling you guys
Hey,
earlier.
Zeus.
About Zeus,
Yes.
Zeus. Can you guys see him? Zeus. Hey,
Either
baby.
pointed down. His face is like he's like permanently, smiling. It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see him because the camera's facing away from me, but yeah.
Big bulldog.
Yeah, he's about 150 pounds. That's Zeus.
My
What's
God.
up, baby?
When you said Jesus, I thought you said his name was Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Well, yeah. No, that's never mind. Yeah. Come here.
My name ain't Jesus, it's Zeus.
It's Zeus. I don't know if you guys can see him.
Oh, almost.
Oh, that's so
There you
cute.
go.
Now you need the other one to be named Apollo.
No, that one's named Chewy. I think I showed you the dog. Yeah. 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 That's what we do at the end of the set. I do the Tuscan Rare with my bass over my head. Yeah. That's how we end the set.
Please tell that's true.
What's that?
I said, please tell me that's true.
No, it is true. We get off to
Sound like Dino on the Flintstones.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I had a lot of time alone as a kid. I can mimic stuff left and right. Woo! I didn't say the S word.
I'll say it.
He caught it.
Woo,
Caught it.
that was
afterward.
close.
That's awesome.
I was like, shut the front door. Yeah.
I think you
No.
need to come back tonight at midnight with us.
Uh-oh, what is that?
We do on Friday nights. We do a double. We do an after party, like
Oh.
a 3-hour show. That's pretty much no holds barred.
Oh my God, because last time somebody says you need to come back with me at midnight, I was eating acid on a Ferris wheel in North Hollywood.
I thought before you finished the word acid, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
He said it
No.
up there.
I didn't go to that part of town. I I mean, that's all. Whatever, man. You do you, boo. But I'm a strict
like this.
vegetarian.
It's like on the edge. See, this is how it's like when we're on the road. This is how we're laughing all the way there, and the time goes by just like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, mostly because I'm
9-hour
probably
road
brain damaged.
course.
Oh yeah. And we won't even talk about bodily functions.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Man, it sounds like it sounds like you guys could make some really crazy vlogs.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
next.
out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you don't even know, man. And
That's
man,
next.
like I said, I try to be on my best behavior. But sometimes, man, that lion gets out of the cage, and so yeah.
Okay,
Hey
guys. check
guys,
this out.
by the way, say hello to my buddy Brian back here.
Hey Brian,
Hey,
what's
Brian.
up, buddy? How's it going, man?
Brian?
Hey, Brian.
Cool.
Good to see you.
You admiring that lamp that is to your left there? I think everybody's
want
grandma
some-
had that in their house.
Listen, there's not. Don't
yeah.
make fun of my Tiffany, man. Don't make fun of my.
Hey, no. Serious question. Is that the Tiffany lamp with the dragonflies?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. It's green glass, and that's probably from about 81?
I don't know what year, but yeah. It's,
What?
Yeah, it's old. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, those are amazing lamps. Yeah, they have the dragonflies to make it up, but I probably said way too much about myself. Go ahead, Sean.
He's got one too.
I was
No,
like,
no.
shut up.
I have one on both sides of the room here. I have one here and one here to my right.
That's
You are my
cool.
best friend. We are so one right now.
And I was just making fun of it because I think my grandmother or my grandfather, I think they had them in their house too.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
where it came from. My grandparents.
Yeah.
they didn't buy them. They're from dead people.
Oh my God.
Ah,
Yeah. Hey, thanks for making fun of my lamps. Those were my dead grandparents. I bet you feel awesome. Hey, wasn't that like the whole Andrew Lloyd Wright Tiffany thing? Or am I just like way out left field on this one? We should go back talking about guitars.
I am
Oh,
gone right there.
What's that?
Never mind. No, I think that Tiffany lamp, and we're gonna end it here, was the Andrew Lloyd Wright when he did some artwork for them back in
right on.
1954. Yeah. All right, let's talk about guitars and cars and beers and women. Stop talking
51
about-
people. 51 people watching us right now.
51 people.
51 people watching us right this minute. 35 thumbs up.
Thank you, guys.
And yeah, thank you.
And ladies.
You'll never get this time back in your life. Thank you. For
Yeah,
calling
and
in.
anyone have any questions for the
Yes,
boys
please.
in Ryatt or for us or for Brian? Please ask away.
Well, my name is Rob. I'm a Cancer. I like small gatherings and long walks on the beach. Nothing.
And I weighed 126 pounds when I was 19.
Now,
26 pounds, man. Holy crap! What, man? I remember 126 pounds.
yeah, dude. It was the 80s and cocaine. Yeah. Now I'm pretty voluptuous. I'm right around 210.
Nice.
I would like to say I'm full figured.
A D cup.
No, seriously, dude. Oh my God, dude, I'm rocking A's, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That's good for you, actually.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, it's just like, that's, there comes a time when your body begins to develop and change. Yeah, I'm in that place.
I noticed that when I turned 40.
That I had boobs. That hurts, Sean. That really hurts, Sean.
Boobs, man.
That hurts, man.
No, that
Your
was in
words hurt, son.
2017.
Man.
No. Me personally, when I used to go to In and Out every freaking day at Fender, and I would have
Oh my God.
a bubble with a chocolate shake for 5 years, and then I was trying to put on. No, I was holding my guitar, and it was pushing my guitar out just a little bit. I'm like, what the hell?
I'm playing a lap steel.
Yeah,
Lap
listen.
guitar.
You need to put
All right,
the
so-
Van Halen tray table on the bottom of the guitar itself.
Oh my
All right,
God.
so we have a question from Sasha George,
Sasha.
and
Hey,
then I
Sasha.
want to ask Sean a question. Which,
Okay.
all right, so she says, Ryatt, what will you do after you get back from your tour?
Take a healthy
Oh.
dump and sleep.
So
I wish I could.
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
we plan on. Well, okay. Rob's gonna have to correct me on this one, but I'm under the impression that we're gonna come out with a single.
Yes, that's absolutely right. The next thing on the agenda is we're going to head back to Clear Lake Recording Studios in North Hollywood, California. Hands down, the best studio I've ever been in.
Yeah,
But and we're going to record an A and a B side. Hopefully, have that out by Christmas, and then we're going to begin writing and recording the next album. So that's on the agenda, and
doing a video.
we're going to shoot a video, and depending if the stars line up right, and I'm going to profess it, and I'm just going to claim it now, we're heading to Europe in April.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
All right. So that's what we have on the agenda. And like I said, we're gonna just basically get back into the flow of things again. You know, I mean, our season as musicians is going to be over in November, and we're not going to be able to go back on the road till like March or April anyway. So we're going to take that downtime, tighten up some screws in LA, play some live shows and do that. But for the most part, but also too, I think during this time I'm going to be coming out with my book.
So wow, you're writing a book. Cool.
Yeah. It's called Vaticide, and if you agree, one of the titles I'm working with is called Vaticide, and it's it's the first song on Loch Levin, and Vaticide is the act of killing a prophet. So the writings and the poetry is dealing with how I've slowly died to some things in my life, some spiritual things I've died, and it documents just basically the relationship I've had with myself in the development. So, that could go into religion or anything like that. But my PhD is in theology. My master's in divinity. I got a bachelor's degree in quantum mechanics. So
you're intelligent.
Well, no, I'm not intelligent. I'm persistent.
He just plays one on the show.
Plays one on TV. That's right.
No, I'm not intelligent. I'm persistent. All the PhD said is like, listen, dude, you stayed in school. No, come on, really, seriously. But so I've just taken those aspects of where I'm at developmentally and just went through them. Like I'll give you guys the first line of the book. The first line of the book is the book will open up. I was chasing my shadow through the ruins when I came across her drowning in the wishing well. And that's just a metaphor.
Stop right there. That is a song lyric.
Really? Really?
Song lyric.
Really? Because
it's not someone else's. You just wrote it.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, that sounds like a song lyric.
Oh, really? Because the next line after that is I was trapped in a Buick by an angel with a gun.
Those are song lyrics, dude.
Really?
Come on, write that song.
Are you serious?
Write that song.
I mean, that was just like stuff I wrote when I was like 16, 17.
Write that song.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I think I'll do
everyone in the chat. Robert, everybody in the chat is like, yes, it is. It is a lyric,
Really?
Yeah.
Really, I hadn't thought about it because the thing is, you come to this whole crisis of conformity and crisis of faith and crisis of identity. And at the end of the day, I'm not being fatalistic when I say this, but, I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan. I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan. And
I'm a huge brick and mortar fan.
There you go. So, but at the end of the day,
at the end of the day,
you want to see this, Dave?
Yeah. No, we're good, player. No, Dave. We ain't like that, buddy. No, at the end of the day, we didn't ask to be here. We don't really belong anywhere, and we're all gonna die. We come in this world naked, bloody, and screaming, and we just do the whole middle part trying to die a dignified death. So in that, understanding and grasping mortality, it's not a fatalistic view. It's I'm going to take every moment I can with people, and I am going to love them, and I am going to be there because I don't know what comes next. So that's kind of probably the back end of the new album too. So that's the back end of the book, Vaticide. the act of killing a prophet, and it's the things that had killed the idealisms in me, but also brought out the inherent truths, my truths, not the truth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's where that's at, and I can't even think of any. Oh man, and then in the forward, the forward of the book is one day I hope to hand this book to the violet-eyed Pisces, and that's the one I've been looking for. So yeah, it just kind of goes on from there. But man, I'm glad you guys think those are good lyrics. Those are just I mean, I was listening to The Cure and lighting candles and just be like, oh my God, my mortality. When I wrote that. So I'm glad you guys liked it.
Yeah, that's good. Now, Sean, my question for you, which has nothing to do with Ryatt or gigging, is when you were at Fender Charvel, I know there were tons of good times and tons of great moments.
Yes.
But what is the single best moment of your time with them?
Besides going in and out every day for 5 years.
Man, that was so good. Well, I would say probably the most memorable deal was probably actually meeting Phil Collin, for the first time, and I think I've told the story twice, but to Johnny and to a couple guys, but I remember I was testing this guitar. I think it was 2008, and I was sitting on my bench, looking and testing this guitar, and I felt this presence of someone that was right behind me. Well, actually, there's two things, because after I said a present that was right behind me, I have to tell you the second one. I looked over my shoulder, and it was Phil Collin, and I've always been a fan of Def Leppard from back in the day, and Pyromania was, and High and Dry, those two albums. It was like a whole new sound, and I was drawn to that. And one of the marketing guys, comes up to me, Mike Kotson, and he goes, "Hey, Sean, have you met Phil yet?" I'm like, I would love to meet Phil. And I was trying to keep my posture and be cool and not be all like a little criminal, So he brought me to Phil, and Phil goes, "Hey, mate, how you doing?" I'm like, "It's a pleasure to meet you." And I've been a fan forever. And he goes, "Oh, thank you." And then we got a picture together, which that's on my Facebook. I think it's in the Rockstar section. And he goes, "Yeah, here's my number. Just call me anytime."
That's awesome.
Did you pick up did you grab your phone from your pocket?
That's hair raising. When a celebrity says, "Here's my phone number," your hair on your arms just raise automatically.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know that feeling very well. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. Yeah.
Yes. And I did. I think it took a day, because I had to build up the courage to do it, And so I was living up the street from here, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna call Phil. And I called him, and he picks up, and he goes, "Hi, this is Phil," but with his British accent. And he goes, and I go, "Phil, thank you for trusting me, for you giving me your number." And he goes, "Oh, don't worry about it," and he goes, "Yeah, if you need any help with anything, and then that's when I just started the deal with Hour 11. And he goes, "Yeah, if you want me to answer any questions, or you just want to chit chat, let's talk." I'm like, "Yeah." So we talked for a good hour on the phone, and then that's how we started. That's how our friendship started.
Yeah.
And then of course he came and did. He played on a couple tracks with Hour 11 stuff, and we went to his house, and his beautiful wife Helen. They just had a baby just recently, and
I heard that. That's why. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And
awesome. So he lives in LA. He doesn't live in England.
No. Well, he has a couple of houses, but he lives. He's mainly down here in
What's the address?
But it's
Cucamonga, California.
Rob.
That's
No,
the address for the Munsters. That's not Phil's address.
I'll just say that he's by the beach, not too far from Dana Point South.
Awesome.
So, but
so, I mean, you can get to him. You can.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Sean, then as far as Def Leppard goes, so you're a Pyromania over Hysteria?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I know.
The rock, the hard rock as opposed. Well,
yeah, it's less less automated.
Yes. I'll tell you guys a story. This is awesome. Which that just reminded me. We were doing like a photo shoot, at his house, and he had his guitars. Of course, yeah, he was clothed. He didn't have. He wasn't not.
No, sorry.
Anyways. Anyways, Rob. He had his guitars over there, like in the corner, and Joseph, which was a drummer from Hour 11, and we were all kind of just hanging out. And I go, Phil, can you show me a photograph, like the solo? Because I knew how to play it, but I wanted to see it from his own deal, right? Because he's the one that played the solo. He goes, "Oh yeah, mate, come on over." So we're all sitting there, and he had his Pablo Santana, the one that kind of looks like Les Paul. And I didn't think there's only 5 of them made, or 4 or whatever. There's a small batch made. And he sat there, and I had a guitar too, and I was learning on the solo as he was showing it to me right there.
Wow.
And yeah, and no one got video of it. Nobody got.
Oh wow.
So was there any little things that did he do anything that you're like, oh man, I didn't really know you did it that way? Or was there any little nuance that he threw in that you were like, oh, I never even noticed you did that? Or did you pretty much nail it?
I was close. Mm-hmm. I was close, but there were some parts where he was, bending on 2 notes, together, that I wasn't doing. And I'm like, oh, that's how you do it, And I mean, just the way how he plays, because every guitar player has their own style. Yeah. Even if you play, copies or whatever, you still have your own way of playing it.
Right.
So when he was playing it, I was able to mimic the way how he would bend his neck or whatever he was doing with his body. Now I understand why he was doing that.
Yeah.
So for that,
have you ever played any of his personal guitars with 13s on it?
Oh yes.
How hard is it to bend those strings?
He's buff. He's strong. His hands are strong.
A Floyd Rose with 13s on it is like sacrilege. I don't know how he does it.
And his neck is like a baseball
huge.
bat.
Yeah, they're bigger than any production line, and the ones on the production line are pretty big, but his are much bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
And and to switch gears, to switch guitar players, the second person that I thought that was really cool to meet was, of course, Ed Van Halen. That was a trip because they told us that he was going to show up and he was going to talk to us and kind of hang out a little bit. And this was like 7 a.m, and it was noontime. It was time to go to lunch. And I'm like, oh man, I'm going to miss the opportunity. But I went anyways, and we all come back, and I'm sitting there testing a Wolfgang, and I felt a presence because I'm always have my back facing that way as I'm building these guitars. And it was Eddie. He was right here, like right here. And I'm sitting there playing a little bit, and he goes, oh, so what do you think? I'm like, whoa, how's it going, man? So that was a trip because I was trying to be cool, and I was just jumping out of my skin, and his friend, the editor or someone from a Guitar Player magazine, is it Matt? Matt Brock.
Yeah, that's his buddy.
Cool. Yeah, he was there, and we were just sitting there talking about the weather, and Eddie and Eddie. No, it was me and Matt. We were talking about that, and Eddie came over, and we were talking about weather and guitars, and so it was really cool. So those 2 things, and plus there's a bunch of other things in the 14 years I was there, But
what Wolfgang were you testing?
I believe it was I'll never forget the color. It was the TSB.
Oh, three-tone sunburst.
Yes.
American with the ebony fretboard.
It was the maple.
Oh, it was a maple one.
Yeah, this was early, like 2009.
2009.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's it. I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff, but I mean, I would say all the rock stars, John Fogerty, he was cool. Now it's all coming back to me. I remember I broke my wrist right here, and I had it in cast, and John saw that, and we were just talking about guitars, and Chip Ellis introduced us and everything, and I told him I was a big fan and everything, and then he looked at my wrist and he goes, "So what happened?" And then I told him the story. It's a long story, and he goes, "I remember we were in the studio, 70-something, and my ex-wife, no, it was my wife or someone, pissed me off, and I punched the ceiling, and I broke my wrist."
Ouch.
And I still had to play the song, and it was one of the hits. I can't remember the hit, but it was one of the famous songs. And when he was
one of his famous songs, he played with a broken wrist.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. What a great story.
Yeah. So that's
Wow.
Vivian Campbell was cool. Chris Broderick. Man.
I'd love to ask you who was a jerk, but I know we can't talk about that.
No, we'll talk about that after.
Yeah.
I can talk about it because I don't work there anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Now, because we're kind of like a pro Fender.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you know what? To be honest with you, I never really had a bad experience with with the rock stars or with people of celebrity status come through there and treat us like anything. Because I mean, they're just amazed by being there because it's a factory, and people make stuff, So, but 99% of the time of me working there, I loved it there, and I love the people there, and I miss them, and they make a great product,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Every part of it. I mean.
Yeah.
And even the Squires these days are
the Squire got behind me.
They're good guitars. There was a time where you didn't want to get a Mexi Strat, but I mean, man, the Mexican Strats they're great.
Yeah.
Great. I can't say enough good things about that company.
Yeah, they're
as far as their guitars.
Yeah.
As far as their for lack of a better word, their politics, I don't want to talk about that, nor do I know anything about it, but their instruments are great.
That's cool, man. And that's cool for you to say that. It's I mean, like I said, I got some really good friends from that company. And I've learned a trade to where I could keep it. I mean, it's mine. It's up here, and I can pass it down to my son.
Yeah. And just think, you don't have to go to a tech to fix your guitar. All that money you're saving.
Yeah.
R2, R3 says that you built his Charvel guitar.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's rad. Thank you. That's
I've told you several times that the two American Wolfgangs that I don't have anymore, you built.
You did a couple of the things on one of the ones that I used to have. I got rid of it.
That's cool.
Yeah. Gee, thanks for building my guitar show, and I had to sell them.
That's cool. It was an honor for you guys to have them for that short time or however time you had it.
That's okay, because I got a really bitchin' gem.
Yes, the gem's badass. That's cool. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's awesome. It was great having you both on here. I think I speak for the three of us. We would love to have you guys on again at some point.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Like I said, thank you guys so much for having us. It's been amazing. It's No, you guys have been really cool. Everything's gone flown. And you know, another little known fact: Sean and I worked at Fender together.
Oh yeah, Rob worked there.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, I only lasted 6 weeks, but yeah.
Yeah. You could say you did it.
Yeah, so
I can't say I did it.
I remember coming in every morning because Sean started, I think, an hour before I did, because I was over on the Fender side doing
That's why you got fired after 6 weeks. You showed up an hour later.
Late every day. What the hell's wrong with this Robert guy? Jeez.
Yeah, I was like, hey, listen, where's my backline? And this wasn't on my rider. What's happening?
Why are there brown M&Ms in the thing?
I was like, man, what do you mean no 3-hour lunch? And I can't drink for breakfast? What?
You know what's funny? I'm sorry, Rob. You know what's funny is that when Rob worked over there on the Fender side, and I was over at the Jackson Specialty side, and we were periodically, see each other. He would go to the bathroom because I was working right next to the bathroom.
Oh.
So yeah, it was awful. There's stories I'll tell you about that, but we'll wait till we get off air on that.
One of them was mine.
So he would walk by. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" And then I would never thought. I mean, not thinking it was a bad thing or whatever for us being like in the same band together, but we would talk talk a lot, and now like here we are playing in the same band, and
Now you can't get away from each other.
No, I don't wash off easily. Yeah, I said it.
That's cool.
Yeah,
as long as it ain't 98.6, that's all that matters. What?
Huh?
All right, Johnny.
So
say your closing arguments.
We're good. Okay. Well, hey, Sean, Robert, great talking to you guys.
Yes. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. And like I said, we're looking forward to this upcoming tour. Please get everybody out there, catch us. We will be in Scottsdale, Arizona. We're going to be in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we're going to be in Dallas, Texas. If you guys are in Texas, please come out and see us at the Profit Bar on the 10th. We are headlining.
That's awesome.
That's
great stuff.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, and I included your links in the chat here.
Oh, thank you.
It's been embedded this entire time. It's been within the chat. Your official website and your Facebook page.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we'll collect for that after.
Oh, I'm gonna collect for it after because I have a favor to ask Sean. I'm gonna ask
What's
him.
up?
No, I can't do it on here.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Because someone else is stealing my thunder.
All right.
Oh, I know what he was going to ask you, Sean. He's going to ask you for one. I can't show this on
I'm
here.
not gonna ask him for anything personal. No.
It's a joke. I was going to ask him. He was going to ask you for one of these.
I've got my own. It's in my phone too. Same one.
You guys are funny.
All right.
Just don't swipe right.
Oh, he's done that. He's done that before. He's actually done that on here before. Yeah.
Yeah, I've sent bad pictures. Oh yeah, here's this guitar and whoop! Oh, hey, look at it.
What's
Why
funny?
is he wearing a boa?
What's funny, guys? It's like how we all have our own phones and we all have our own thing, right? And it's like we try to share our phones with our friends and everybody. It's like, oh, don't go that way. Don't go that way.
In 2 photos, you don't want to be seeing that salami. Okay.
Oh no! Sean was on my phone earlier coming back from Palm Springs. He's like, "Where do I find the pictures?" I'm like, "No,
No, it's all slow motion.
no, cut the blue wire. Cut the blue wire."
Oh, the yellow one.
Yeah. I would have scarred my brain.
SpongeBob. Floor it. Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
Sorry, guys.
Cool.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
Sean, Robert, great seeing you guys. Have an awesome, have a great tour,
Thank you.
and look forward to following your guys' your Instagram pages. Man. I want to see some. I want to see some vlogs from the drives.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be the fun part.
So,
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be
Awesome.
full force.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
The first vlog will be entitled "Milk Was a Bad Idea."
Oh, I can't drink milk. That hurts. Just hearing that hurts.
And the second vlog.
And then the follow-up to that is "Ma the Meatloaf."
No, the second one should be Who Milk is even better.
Bantha milk. Yeah.
All right, you guys, don't hang up.
Yeah, stay on the line.
Oh no, I got some good stuff to tell you.
I'll just act like I'm actually hitting stop. We'll just
Oh no, because this is like FCC trouble, dog.
Oh, okay. All right. We're out of here. Rock on, everybody. We might see you guys later.
Yes.
Not sure. We'll see.
Yeah, we will. I'm stagged tonight. We're going to see you guys later.
Oh, okay. All right. David, Jay, Robert, Sean, everybody. Have a great night. And we'll see you guys. See you soon.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. And again, what's your website, real quick, just for the
Go
audio?
around.
It is riotmusic.com.
Riotmusic.com.
Yeah, RYATT music.com. That's Romeo Yankee Alpha Tango Tango music.com.
Nice.
Nice. All right. See you guys. Oh, there it is. Nightbot just did it. It's in the chat.
Nice.
Oh, word.
All right.
Way to go,
Perfect. All right. johnnybeane.com. Bye.
Yeah.
See you guys.